Alrighty, folks. Now, real quick, I got to give a big congratulations out to all of my chairman members because you guys cashed in on 5 more premium selections on my premium page yesterday on Monday. And I'll tell you what, if you missed out, the only way you could have accessed all of those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive chairman membership. Now, we're also 4-0 in our last 4 extra daily picks on my premium page. And the good news is we have another extra daily pick going off here today. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my Major League Baseball free pick video here today for Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. Happy Tuesday to you. Hopefully you had a great start to your week. Of course, if you were on my premium site, you did. But anyway, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. And if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video that I actually like the best, I'm once again 4-0, my last 4 extra daily picks on that premium site. Now, the extra daily pick, it's a package that I offer on that page, and you actually get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my daily best play every single day during that time frame. Absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. The math actually works out to be just 9 cents a day. That is it. Now, of course, if you want to unlock every single premium selection that I give out on a daily basis, you're going to want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive chairman package. Chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my chairman briefing, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. We do that most days. It's very rare that we miss a day with the chairman briefing. It's a specific video just for chairman members that breaks down every single premium selection in video format. Now, once again, folks, I'm 4-0, my last 4 extra daily picks, 4-0, my last 4 MLB tier package plays. And finally, folks, we are 3-0 in our last 3 chairman package picks in that membership alone. And the good news is we have plays going off in all of those packages here today, and they're all included with your purchase of the chairman membership. The site is patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that, folks, we're going to dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Cubs at the Orioles, 635 East. Baltimore's minus $1.55, totals 9 runs. Dean Kramer for the O's, Jameson Taillon for Chicago. And even though Taillon's having a solid year, I really don't like the Cubbies in this spot here. They're just 17-28 in their travels. And, well, they're just not hitting good enough in those road trips. Chicago's currently in the bottom 5 in the majors in hits per game. And they're going to face Dean Kramer, who's got a handful of wins on the year with an ERA in the 3s. Now, Kramer has also punched out 57 batters in just 55 innings. He currently has a whip of just 1.09. But even if Kramer has a rough go of things here today, he's still backed by the best run-producing lineup in the majors. Gunnar Henderson's in the top 3 in the bigs in both home runs and OPS. And Adley Rutschman's got an on-base percentage of .345, along with a 3.2 WAR. Now, 3 out of Baltimore's last 4 at Camden Yards got over the total. They're also 60% to the over in their last 10. Now, Chicago saw 6 out of their last 10 get over the total themselves. Give me Baltimore minus 155, over 9. Next game, Guardians-Tigers, 6:40 p.m. East. Cleveland's minus $1.40, totals 8.5. Ben Lively for the Guardians, Kenta Maeda for Detroit. And through 63 innings of work this year, Maeda's recorded only 2 wins. He's actually just 2-5 on the season with an ERA of 6.71. And of course, at the dish, the Tigers are a bottom 5 hit-producing team in the American League. And they'll probably have their hands full with Ben Lively here today. The righty's 8-4 on the year with an ERA of 3.14. Now, Lively's also backed by a Cleveland lineup who loves to hit the baseball. The Guardians are in the top 5 in the majors in runs per game. Jose Ramirez has the most hits in the clubhouse, second most RBI in the league. And Stephen Kwan's 358 batting average, that is actually the highest qualifying batting average in the bigs. Now, injury-wise, Will Brennan's out for the Guardians, Carpenter and Meadows inactive for Detroit. When it comes to the total, the Tigers are 7-4 to the under in their divisional home games. They also saw 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Cleveland stay under the total as well. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Of course, the Guardians on the other side, they are 8-3 to the under in their divisional road games. Not sure what's happened with the screen behind me. But anyway, give me Cleveland minus $140, under 8.5. Maybe some updates. All right, next matchup, Dodgers, Phillies. That'll be a 6:40 Eastern first pitch. Philadelphia's $1.35, totals 9. Zach Wheeler for the Titans, Bobby Miller for Los Angeles. And I tell you what, Bobby Miller, he's been less than serviceable. He's got a 6.12 ERA along with a 1.60 whip. And of course, as a team, the Dodgers lost 4 out of their last 7. And their pitching staff really struggled during that stretch. They allowed 53 total runs during that short span I just mentioned. And they're facing the highest run-producing lineup at home in Philadelphia. Alec Boehm's 4th in the big leagues in RBI. Trey Turner bats .335. And even if the bats go cold for the Titans, they've got Zach Wheeler on the mound, who's 9-4 with 119 strikeouts. Now, Wheels also has an ERA in the 2s along with a sub-1 whip. Now, injury-wise, Harper, Realmuto, and Schwarber are still out for the Phils. Hayward and Betts inactive for Los Angeles. Give me Philadelphia minus $135, under 9. Next game, Yankees-Rays, 6:50 Eastern first pitch. Tampa Bay's minus $120, totals 8. Ryan Pepio for the Rays, Carlos Rodon for New York. Now, Rodon has 100 strikeouts on the season along with 9 recorded wins. And despite their struggles recently, the Bombers are still the second highest run-producing lineup in baseball. Aaron Judge leads the majors in homers, RBI, and OPS. And Juan Soto's been walked 76 times already, and he's got an OPS nearly in the thousands. And they're going to take on Ryan Pepio, who's 4-5 for the Rays with an ERA of 4.40. But even if Peps throws well here today, he's probably not going to get much run support. The Rays are a bottom 3 run-producing team at home. Now, equally as alarming, the Rays have won just 3 of 14 divisional ball games at the Trop this year. When it comes to the injury list, Stanton's still out for the Pinstripers. Torres is questionable. When it comes to the total, 3 out of Tampa's last 4 home games stayed under the line. They're also 7-3 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Yankees plus $1, under 8. All right, next game, Rockies-Reds, 7:10 Eastern first pitch. Cincinnati's $1.75, totals 8.5. Nick Lodolo for Cincy, Cal Quantrill for Colorado. And I'll tell you what, because he plays on a crappy team, unfortunately, Cal Quantrill doesn't get a whole lot of credit. He does have a handful of wins on the year, along with an ERA in the 3s. And out of his last dozen starts, the Rockies actually got the W in all of those games except for 4. Now, they're facing a Cincy team on the other side who lost 3 out of their last 4 themselves. And they do struggle at the plate, especially at home, since he's averaging just 6.8 hits a game at the Great American Ballpark. And even though Nick Lodolo's been solid on the hill for the Reds, they really don't, give him a lot of run support. He averaged only 2.8 runs a game in his last 8 outings. Now, injury-wise, Maley and Friedel are out for Cincy. Bryant, Amador, and Beck inactive for Colorado. 6 out of the Rockies' last 10 ball games stayed under the total. Meanwhile, the Reds went 7-3 to the under in their last 10. Give me Colorado plus 1.5, under 8.5. All right, next contest, A's, Red Sox, 7:10 Eastern start time. Boston's the $2 favorite, totals 10 runs. Brian Bayo for Boston, Joey Estes for Oakland. And Estes has actually recorded only a few wins this season. He's got an ERA in the fours. And out of Oakland's last 10 gatherings with Boston, they've been held to less than 2.7 runs a game. Now, as far as this season's concerned, there's really been no difference. Oakland's dead last in the league in hits per game on the road. And they're going to take on Brian Bayo, who's 8-5 with 71 strikeouts. Now, when it comes to getting base runners, the Bo Sox certainly have no problems doing that. They're in the top 5 in the American League in hits per game. Rafi Devers has the most homers and RBI in the clubhouse. Jarren Duran, he's got the most hits. When it comes to the injury list, Grissom's out for the Bo Sox. Toro and Ruiz inactive for Oakland. 3 out of the A's last 4 on the road fell under the total. They're also 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Give me the Bo Sox -1.5, under 10. All right, next matchup, Nationals-Mets, 7-10 East. The Mets are $1.40, totals 8.5. Jose Quintana for New York, Jake Irvin for Washington. Now, Irv's got 7 wins on the year with an ERA of 2.80. He's also got 94 punch-outs and a 1.00 whip. And, of course, he's taking on a Mets lineup who really doesn't hit all that well at Citi Field. These guys are in the bottom 5 in the National League in hits per game at home. And, of course, on the mound, starting pitcher Jose Quintana, he's been less than stellar. The lefty's 3-5 with an ERA in the fours. Now, injury-wise, Starling Marte is out for the Mets. Joey Gallo's inactive for Washington. When it comes to the total, the Mets did see 7 out of their last 9 divisional home games stay under the line. Give me Washington plus $1.20, under 8.5. All right, next matchup, Royals-Cardinals, 7:45 East. KC's -120, totals 8 runs. Michael Wacha for Kansas City, Andre Polani for St. Louis. Now, the Redbirds did get the W in their last 3 straight Polani starts. Of course, as a team, the Cards also got the W in 7 out of their last 10. They're facing a Royals club here today who really has not performed well on the road this year. The Royals are just 18-25 in their road trips, and obviously they've hit poorly in those games. KC's actually in the bottom 3 in the majors in hits per game on the road. And, for some reason, they really don't like getting the W for Michael Wacha. Despite some solid numbers this year, the starting pitcher comes into today's contest with a losing 5-6 record on the year. Now, 6 out of the Royals' last 10 ball games did stay under the total. They're also 64% to the under this year in their interleague games. Give me the Cardinals plus $1, under 8. All right, next game, Marlins-Astros, 8:10 p.m. East. Houston's -230, totals 8.5. Ronel Blanco for the Astros, Trevor Rogers for Miami. And Rogers, I'll tell you, he's just been, god-awful all season long. He's got a 1-9 record with an ERA of 4.91. But even if he does throw well here today, the Marlins are currently the lowest run-scoring team on the road in the majors. And they're going to face Ronel Blanco, who's 8-3 for the Astros with an ERA of 2.53. Of course, at the plate, Houston's averaging more hits a game than any other roster in baseball. Jose Altuve bats .309, leads the clubhouse in hits, and Yordan Alvarez has the most runs batted in. Now, injury-wise, Tucker and Caratini are still out for Houston. Otto Lopez inactive for Miami. 7 out of the Marlins' last 10 ball games did get over the total. Meanwhile, Houston went 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Give me Houston -1.5, over 8.5 runs. All right, next game, Twins-White Sox, 8:10 Eastern start time. Little divisional action here. Minnesota's -150, not a bad price point. Totals 8 runs. Bailey Ober for the Twins, Eric Fetty for Chicago. And even though Fetty's been a rare bright spot for the Sox, actually him and Crochet have been really just incredibly positive for a franchise in demise. But the Sox continuously fail at the dish. They're just not good enough at the plate. They're dead last in the majors in run production. And, of course, no real surprise here. Out of their last 10 head-to-head gatherings with the Twins, the Sox have been held to just 3.6 runs a game. And of course, we could see more of the same here today with Bailey Ober on the bump. He's 8-4 with a 1.10 whip. Ober's also punched out 100 batters through 94 innings of work. And I'll tell you, equally as impressive, well, it's been this lineup of hitters. I think Minnesota's like quietly pounding the baseball. You really don't hear a whole lot of noise about this lineup, but Minnesota's a top 5 run-producing team in the league. These guys are hitting the baseball, and they're driving runners in as well. Carlos Correa, he hits .303 with the most RBI in the lineup. And Jose Miranda, he's batting .332 with an OPS in the 900s. So like I said, these guys are kind of under the radar, at least as far as I'm concerned. I think they deserve maybe a little bit more hype. This is a good ball club. Now, injury-wise, Kirilloff and Lewis are still out for the Twins. Fletcher inactive for Chicago. The only reason why I say that, I watch a lot of MLB Network, and you really don't hear a whole lot about the Twins. But anyway, once again, injury-wise, Kirilloff and Lewis still out for the Twins. Fletcher inactive for Chicago. Now, 3 out of the Sox last 4 home games did get over the total. They also went 8-2 to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, Minnesota saw 7 out of their last 10 ball games get over the line themselves. Give me the Twins -170 over 8. Next contest, Pirates Brewers, 8:10 Eastern start time. Milwaukee's $1.60 at home, totals 8.5. Colin Ray for the Brewers, Quinn Priester for the Pirates. And the righty Priester's 0-5 with an ERA close to 5. Looking for his first win of the year. And, of course, at the plate, the Pirates have been equally as dismal. These guys strike out more times a game on the road than any other lineup besides one. And they're going to face Colin Ray, who's 8-2 with an ERA of .334. Pretty good year for him. And Ray's also backed by a lineup who loves scoring runs at home. These guys have been great in their own building. Milwaukee's a top 3 run-producing team in front of their own crowd. Christian Yelich hits .329 with an OPS in the 900s. And Bryce Terang's got a .350 on-base percentage, along with 29 stolen bases. Now, total-wise, the Brewers are 11-6 to the over in their divisional home games. Give me Milwaukee -160 over 8.5. All right, next matchup, Rangers, Angels, 938 East. Texas is -185, totals 8.5. Max Scherzer for Texas, Ronzi Contreras for Los Angeles. And out of 19-plus innings of work, the righty Contreras, he's got a respectable ERA in the 3s. Of course, when it comes to cashing in on the run line, the Angels do have a positive record this year against the number. They've been a decent covering team. And they're facing a Rangers squad who's actually covering in just 41% of their divisional games. And I'll tell you what, as good as Max Scherzer is, the Rangers pitchers as a whole, this staff does not typically pitch well on the road. They're actually in the bottom 5 in the league in runs allowed while traveling. Now, injury-wise, real quick, Carter's still out for the Rangers. Rengifo inactive for Los Angeles. And when it comes to the total, 3 out of LA's last 4 at Angel Stadium got over the line. Meanwhile, Texas saw 3 out of their last 4 road games get over the total themselves. Give me the Angels +1.5 over 8.5. All right, next game, Braves, Diamondbacks, 9:40 Eastern first pitch. Arizona's -$1.20, total 7.5. Zach Allen for Arizona, Chris Sale for Atlanta. And Sale, I tell you, he's having one heck of a season for Atlanta. 11-3 record, ERA of .271. Now the lefty's also punched out 127 batters. He's got a .91 whip. And he's facing an Arizona squad who actually plays just .500 baseball at Chase Field. And as good as Zach Allen's been, well, these Arizona pitchers have struggled with these Atlanta hitters. They've allowed 63 total runs in their last 10 head-to-head meetings. Now, injury-wise, Anderson and Harris are still out for the Braves. So when it comes to the total, 6 out of Atlanta's last 10 meetings with Arizona did get over the total. Meanwhile, the D-backs are 8-2 to the over in their last 10 themselves. Give me the Braves plus $1 over 7.5. And with that, folks, did I skip a game? Blue Jays Giants. Is that happening today? I think I skipped that game. Yeah, wow. Interesting. Anyway, next and final breakdown for the video. For some reason, I don't know why I didn't see that game on the schedule here today. But anyway, next and final breakdown for this particular video. Mariners Padres 9:40 Eastern first pitch. Seattle's minus $1.30, total 7.5. Logan Gilbert for the M's. Adam Mazur for San Diego. And through 26 plus innings of work, the righty Mazur's definitely done a lot of damage to his team, to his own team. He's got a 7.52 ERA along with a 1.82 WHIP. But even if he throws well here today, the Pods have struggled at the plate at Petco. They're in the bottom 5 in the National League in runs per game at home. And they're facing arguably one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. The Mariners allow fewer hits per game than any other staff in the majors. And today's starter, he's been no exception to that. Logan Gilbert's got 108 strikeouts and an ERA in the 2s. And no real surprise here, folks. The righty's he's got himself a sub-1 WHIP. Now, injury-wise, Julio Rodriguez is questionable for Seattle. Keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, for the Padres, Bogarts and Tatis still inactive for them. When it comes to the total, San Diego's gone 67% to the under in their interleague home games. Meanwhile, Seattle saw 6 out of their last 10 stay under the line themselves. Give me the Mariners minus 130, under 7.5. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. I like Baltimore minus 155 over 9. Cleveland minus 140 under 8.5. I'm 4-0. My last 4 extra daily picks on my premium site. Give me the Phillies minus 135 under 9. Yankees plus $1 under 8. Rockies plus 1.5 under 8.5 runs. Red Sox minus 1.5 under 10. Nationals plus $1.20 under 8.5. Cardinals plus $1 under 8. Houston minus 1.5 over 8 and a hook. Minnesota Twins minus 170 over 8 runs. Milwaukee minus 160 over 8.5. Angels plus 1.5 over 8 and a hook. Braves plus $1 over 7.5. And give me the Mariners minus 130 under 7.5 runs. For that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman Package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman Briefing video, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.